What is up, homies? Welcome back to another reaction from Heroes Reforged. We're reacting to the final trailer for Black Adam. The hierarchy of power is once again about to change. For Zachary Levi says, oh, whatever, I don't care. If you want to see the uncut reactions for all the shows that we've been watching, including The Rings of Power, She-Hulk, we just picked Superman and Lois, and The Boys back up again as well. We're doing movie reactions now. Check it out, patreon.com/heroesreforged. And make sure you guys also subscribe, turn that red button gray, and the hierarchy of power will definitely shift. And maybe things will be okay, but they did cancel Batgirl, so.
You had to bring it up before I could. I mean, the crazy thing is, you know, Warner Brothers with its cost-cutting techniques, wanting to make sure that they can get into the green in the next couple of years or whatever, they're releasing 2 movies that end for the rest of this year. This and Don't Worry, Darling. I don't want to, what's the word I'm thinking of? Support either of the 2 of those. I want to see Batgirl. I'm still pissed that they canceled Batgirl.
All right, here we go.
My son sacrificed his life to save me. These powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage.
Fools.
So mounted up.
Ah!
Interesting.
Your magic is weak. There you go.
This loose cannon needs to be locked down before innocent people start getting hurt.
He's been asleep for 5,000 years.
You find us a cell that can hold him, we'll take care of the rest.
Who's on the team?
There you go.
I didn't bring a passport.
We don't need passports.
Nice.
We're the Justice Society.
Sweet.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Black Adam.
We're here to negotiate your peaceful surrender.
Heard about at least 3 killings this afternoon.
I'm not peaceful.
Cyclone.
Nor do I surrender.
Yes.
Here we go. I kneel before no one.
Come on, let's see Dr. Fate.
To seek justice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm most excited for Dr.
You came
Fate.
to exact revenge.
Adam Smasher.
I never said I was a hero. You believe you are not worthy, but fate does not make mistakes. You have 2 paths.
Oh, who that? Who
Be the
that?
destroyer of this world.
That's the. I think that's the real villain of the piece.
Whoa! You can be its savior.
No, thank you.
Interesting.
Very nice, very nice.
Huh?
October 21st.
It looks great. I'm actually, I will say, like, right off the bat, I am actually really impressed with like the visual look of the film. It's a lot more dynamic. It feels like it's a bit of like a hybrid of what we remember from like the Zack Snyder DC films, but it also has maybe a little bit of a more brighter, more punchy color palette, but it has like that contrasty look to it. And yeah, I really do think that it looks good. Like there's that shot of The Rock where he's kind of like standing in front of the throne and he's just kind of wrapped by light. It looks really good. Like the visual effects quality looks really good. And I think that is something that fans, whether they have the right sort of education about visual effects, is the thing that they will nitpick the most to death. And then there's people like us who have the experience and we try to approach it in a way that's like, maybe this visual effect doesn't work, but here's why I think it doesn't work. But with this movie, like, I generally think that it looks really solid, like really good visual quality.
I think to go off what you're saying, Adam, I think what happens in movies is that the VFX tend to look floaty, right? There's the impacts don't look like they hit hard or whatever it is, like cameras are swooping a little bit too much. I think they're doing a really good job of keeping the cameras not floaty, which kind of kills a big VFX shot. And also the movements and the action and the I would say violence coming from Black Adam looks very punchy, like very like you can feel all of the impacts. And I think that was very appropriate because you want to convey the power and the quickness and the danger coming from this guy, which I think is a great move, because that was always one of my criticisms from like previous superhero movies, that these big punches, even the Hulk in the, in the Avengers movie, when he punched that giant Leviathan, was in slow motion. I would have loved to seen a quick motion, just like slam, bam, just see Hulk go full force into that thing at full speed. And it feels like they're doing that with Black Adam's movements and power and speed. And I really like that. And it's kind of tough to achieve in CG, but they're doing a good job of it.
I also really dig how this has sort of been present from the earliest trailers or whatever. And probably in Dwayne Johnson's mind for 13 years, but I like how colorful this movie is, even though it's Black Adam, even though it's a character who, like, they could have gone more of the washed out, very like gritty look for this character and world. It's more colorful in ways than Shazam, than the first Shazam movie.
Which is like really highlights of color too.
Absolutely. I think that the other characters in the Justice Society, especially, they have these really great pops of color. Cyclone with the green, and Atom Smasher with that blue and red, and Fate with the
Hawkman
yellow,
with
and
his like red,
the gold, and the
red
blue.
And gold.
That looks great.
And that's one. I think out of all of the characters, I think that I'm probably maybe the most familiar with Hawkman and kind of his whole. He is a very complicated and interesting, all over the place deal. But I love the actor who's playing him. I want to see more of Hawkman kind of in the motion of it, because I always pictured Hawkman as being more, how do I put this, kind of rugged. And this Hawkman looks very clean. You know what I'm saying? Like very shiny gold. And because normally Hawkman, he has one of the goofiest looking costumes in comic books, where he's just that bare chested.
That beak.
It's the the mask with a beak, and then he has like little boots that have like a fake bird's foot on them. But then the whole thing about Hawkman is he would always feel like, because he just had like a harness like He-Man. And then Hawkman was usually drawn with like a very hairy chest. So he was this dude that was just like this shirtless dude with a mace and a goofy helmet and big feathery wings. So it all kind of looked sort of raw. Do you know what I mean? He looked a little like more organic and raw. And this Hawkman is very like, I'm the golden god Hawkman. I have the, so I want to see more of how he moves, what his deal is, and kind of, and how it looks. And I'm sure that when he goes up against Black Adam, that costume is going to get messed. This was a really fun, really good, well put together trailer. I really like the music choices. The editing was great. I like how this is the first time I think we're seeing Black Adam actually utter non-English. So I think the movie's going to then say, like, anytime The Rock is speaking English, it's going to be because of some translation for us, the audience, or some sort of magic spell, or some, there's versions of Black Adam, I think, where he comes to the modern world, and because he doesn't speak English in the United States English, that kind of like, he like somehow magically is like gets brought up to speed, and then he's able to communicate with Shazam or whoever he deals with. So I'm sure we're going to get some version of that. And lastly, in the comic book side, I cannot get enough of Viola Davis. She needs to be in every single goddamn one of these movies, even if it has nothing to do. She needs to be in Joaquin Phoenix Joker too, as Amanda Waller. I don't care that it's not. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't care that it's not in the DCEU. They need to pull a Dame Judi Dench and pull her from GoldenEye. Speaking of Pierce Brosnan, from GoldenEye into Casino Royale, she just needs to be in the Robert Pattinson Batman movie, even though it's not related to the DCEU. I don't care. That's one of the best casting decisions they've ever made, and the more they use that character, the better off they are. So use her in everything. Awesome to see her.
Yeah, I felt bad because at Comic-Con, when I saw the trailer, she was in that version of the trailer, and I tweeted, "First look at Viola Davis back as Amanda Waller," and people were like, "It's not in the trailer," and I'm like, "Oh shit, my bad. Sorry, I'm so sorry, my bad. Oops." But yeah, I think the one thing that I do think about this movie that is like an interesting choice. I'm not for it or against it. I have to see the movie, but to bring in the Justice Society as a group of characters into someone else's movie that is not Shazam, who this character is usually paired up with, is an interesting choice. And it's kind of like you're introducing quite a bit. You're introducing Black Adam, but you're also introducing these 4 or 5 members of this team, and it is kind of a lot. But I'm hoping that they obviously had to go into that knowing like this is going to be some work to do that. So hopefully they pull it off. And at the end of the movie, I'm going, I want a Black Adam sequel. I want to see Shazam and them cross over, but I also want to see Hawkman, Cyclone, Atom Smasher, Dr. Fate get another team up movie or an expansion of the JSA or whatever. Would be really, really cool. So that's what I hope for. And damn, this is next month. We're almost there.
Guys, I do think I feel like I know how the power is going to change. The hierarchy of power is going to change. I feel like I feel it now.
Okay.
Well, it's going from the Justice Society to Black Adam now.
Oh,
He's gonna kill
I see.
He's gonna kill everybody. Everybody's gonna die.
Oh boy.
Very possible. Very possible.
Oh boy.
I mean, you know,
the hierarchy of power is going to change. I'm going to wipe out the entire DCEU before the Flash movie comes out.
Exactly. So that Barry doesn't have to do.
Well, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes.
Is this coming out in 3D?
Sorry, Hector. Just IMAX.
Oh, man.
All right. I'm not going to see it opening weekend. You just made that choice for me, Warner Brothers. Thank you so much. Great. If this was 3D, I'd have been there opening weekend. Sorry, DJ. I'll be sipping your tequila at home. I'll be sipping your tequila at home, and I'll be watching Shazam 3D Blu-ray on my TV. And then maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday, maybe next Thursday after the movie comes out. Then I'll go to the theater to see it.
We'll put out the review like a week later, so it's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, boy. Guys, let us know in the comments what you thought about this final trailer for Black Adam. Are you going to see it opening weekend, regardless of the fact that it's not playing in 3D? Let us know. And also, if it is playing in 3D, let me know. As far as I know, it's not coming out in 3D, but maybe there is some secret screening somewhere in the third dimension that we don't know about. Also, Warner Brothers, if there is one, bring us to it. We'll hype it up for you.
We'll go.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next reaction. Bye.
Bye.